It's really important to know the 4 ways in which citizens in Western democracies, which might be you, are losing trust in public institutions. And it's really important not just so that we can figure out how bad the problem is and what the impact is going to be on us and future generations who want to live in democratic societies. It's also really important as part of us working out what, if anything, we can do to arrest this historical scale decline in trust. And what we're going to do in this video is present in a politically neutral way 4 ways in which we're losing trust, and for each of the 4 give the emotion that a citizen feels when she has lost trust in this way. So let's go. The first way a citizen loses trust is really simple, and so we've got to start with it. And it's when citizens feel that institutions are incompetent, when they are malfunctioning, no matter how good or bad their intentions are. And when a citizen thinks that that's what's happening, the emotion she's going to feel is going to be something like, I am in unsafe hands. I feel unsafe because all of these structures around me that are meant to make my society work aren't actually capable of doing their job. The second way in which a citizen loses trust is if she feels that institutions that should be working for her are working against her, or are deprioritizing her, or have experienced institutional capture by some interests that should not have captured these institutions. And so she feels that these things that are meant to make her life efficient and adequately protected are actually no longer on her side. So that's institutions not just going bad as in incompetent, but bad as in bad as in immoral. And when a citizen thinks that that's what's happening, the emotion she's going to feel is, I'm betrayed. These structures are betraying me. The third way for citizens to lose trust in institutions is if they come to feel that whatever they do, they could write to their representative, they could vote, they could get involved in local politics, whatever they do, it's going to have zero consequence on the way their society is run and the way their institutions are operating. In the literature on democratic degeneration and democratic regeneration, this is called loss of citizen efficacy. And that goes with the thought that in the 60s and in the 70s, citizens thought that in some slight way, they could inflect the way their society is going by being part of unions, by voting, by getting involved at the local level. But now they think that all of these levers have disappeared. And how does that make a citizen feel when that's her perception of the situation? It makes her feel powerless. That's the emotion attached to this sort of perception of a loss of efficacy by a citizen. And this is basically like being in a car and turning the steering wheel and nothing happening. So this vehicle is taking you somewhere, but yet you can't inflect the direction of where it's going. And that's a very disturbing and disconcerting state for a citizen of a democratic society to be in. And it's time to get really serious, because the 4th way in which citizens lose trust is the most important of all, and it's, if I'm honest, one of the rationales for my starting this channel, because I think it's so important that we talk about it. And that's when citizens find their institutions opaque. Citizens look out onto their institutions, but what they're seeing no longer makes any sense to them. So it's like the experience of looking at the game of sport, where several sports have been incoherently amalgamated into one, and you are seeing tennis rackets, cricket bats, footballs, but what's actually happening ain't making no sense. It's not clear who is doing what and why, and it's an experience of almost unintelligibility. And when citizens find their institutions opaque in this way, the emotion that goes with that is not, I feel unsafe, or I feel betrayed, or I feel powerless. It's, I feel lost. And when citizens feel lost, that inspires them to enter the realm of magical thinking and exit the realm of thinking about politics in terms of cause and effect, in terms of, okay, if I support this direction, then this and that person will do this and that thing, and this and that other thing will follow from that, and then this will get us closer to that result. This way of politics is thrown out of the window by citizens who have given up on thinking about their political reality in terms of cause and effect and have retreated into magical thinking, about which we're going to say a lot more on this channel. Meanwhile, I think the video you should watch next is this one.